The U.S. says it is taking nothing at face value when it comes to Iran. The past 2 weeks have seen tough warnings from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu following a charm offensive by Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, putting the Iranian nuclear talks center stage.
Rouhani is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the United Nations General Assembly that Iran is trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes using the cover of talks to continue progress towards nuclear weapons capability.
So this is the Israeli concern. And Netanyahu was sounding that alarm and saying, amidst all this good-feeling talk, don't forget what's happened in the past, which is that while they've talked, they've developed facts on the ground. And don't be fooled, they're trying to delay on presenting that point of view.
And now the question is that Iranian nuclear bomb that imminent that we can't give diplomacy another serious push in the next couple of months? And as I said, I think in Washington, D.C., a clear majority seems to be leaning towards giving diplomacy another serious push.
To that end, U.S. President Barack Obama made an historic telephone call to Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, the first direct communication at that level since the U.S. cut off diplomatic relations in 1979.
It would be diplomatic malpractice of the worst order not to examine every possibility of whether or not you can achieve that before you ask people to take military action or do what you have to do in order to prevent something from happening.
Israel continues to insist that it will act alone if it feels threatened by Iran. Some Iran experts here feel that Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, has authorized a change in approach under pressure from the economic impact of international sanctions. The U.S. is insisting that Iran should back up its words with action on the nuclear issue.
How can we start making progress? How can we structure a deal that works for you and that works for us? We know your concerns, you know our concerns. We should be able to work something out. When they start really seriously sitting down and talking in that spirit, you've got to think they can work out a deal, because in a way they're not that far apart.
And if the Iranians are clever, they have to admit to themselves that they can't keep Israel out of this equation. They also have to start changing their tunes towards Israel.
Hints of a possible change in that tone have already surfaced after President Rouhani described what he called Nazi crimes against Jews and non-Jews as reprehensible and condemnable. The next opportunity to test Iran's sincerity will be a meeting of the P5+1. Russia, China, France, England, and the United States, plus Germany, in Geneva starting October 15th. This is Priscilla Huff for JN1 in Washington.